Well, hello and welcome back to Greg's Game Room. Now, I thought in this video I would show you some NES pirate games. There are a lot of them out there. Some of them you've heard of, some of them you may have not heard of. Let's go ahead and get started. This one's called Auto-Upturn. And, I'm not sure what I'm supposed to be doing here. I guess I'm some kind of a cat, maybe picking up tile pieces and moving them around the play field or something. I'm not really sure what the heck's going on. Then there's like this red thing that shows that flips over. There's something weird going on. It just seems like a basic slider puzzle, but I'm not really sure what you're supposed to do. Alright, I'm not really sure the name of this particular game, but it's kind of good, actually. I really like the fighting action in it. The graphics are pretty nice. The fall down animation is kind of typically weird in NES games. And the sprites are a little bit flickery, but, you know, overall it's not too bad of a game. See, yeah, the flickering is really bad here. You can barely even see what's going on. Alright, this one is called Decathlon. And I wasn't able to get too far in it. I think you have to beat this stage, and there's probably a few more stages beyond this one, but I really couldn't get too far. And I was hammering the buttons pretty hard. I couldn't get the guy to run very fast. That's me at the top there, you know, going really slow. Next is FIFA 97, which is FIFA for the Nintendo. That's pretty crazy. I thought originally this might have been a hack of some other soccer game, and it could be. But yeah, this one's actually pretty decent. I wasn't able to score a goal, but the computer didn't have any problem scoring goals on me. No! Yeah, I stink. Okay, this one's called Fighting Hero. And originally I couldn't figure out what I was supposed to do here, but you have to jump up and kick one of these vases, and then it takes you to the different stage. Which is a really weird way to select a stage. This one kind of reminds me of like the original Street Fighter game. The controls seem to be kind of sluggish. And he just nailed me with that knife every time. Alright, this is probably my favorite game, Final Fight 3. It's pretty dang amazing how much this, you know, in terms of an 8-bit game, looks like the original Final Fight 3 on the Super Nintendo. I chose Hagar and his green, I don't know what that's called, but he's kind of showing off his muscles there. But yeah, the sprites are really big. Again, they're kind of flickery, but that's okay. And, you know, there's maybe 2 sprites on screen at once, but, you know, it's still, this is a pretty fun game for an 8-bit game. I kind of expected this to be more like Mighty Final Fight, which has got the really small characters. But the big characters in this one are pretty amazing. Oh yeah, this is me fighting the boss. It took me forever to beat up on him, but yeah, I finally won out. And here's a cutscene. There's pretty nice cutscenes in this too. Some of the spelling is a little off though. Alright, this one's called Final Combat. and I wasn't really sure what's going on here, but apparently this is just kind of like a basic tank game. I get the feeling there's more to it than that, but I don't know what's going on here. I just thought I'd go around shooting tanks, and I wasn't sure if this was my base that I'm supposed to protect, or if it's the enemy base I'm supposed to destroy, but I get the feeling that it's my base, and I'm just smashing the bricks out of it. Alright, I'm not really sure what the name of this game is, but it's pretty cool. It kind of reminds me of Jungler a little bit, or Snake. You basically just kind of zip around, and I don't know what those are. Are they bombs, maybe? They kind of look like bombs or apples, but every time you eat one, you get a little bit bigger. And it just kind of went on and on and on forever, so I decided to just move on to the next game. Which, this opening was really, really cool with the clouds floating by and everything. I thought that's pretty amazing. This one's called Gaiapolis. And this is a pretty good fighting game. You're basically just kind of walking through town, and these giant eyeball things will come and attack you. And you just have to smash them up, kill them. I'm not sure what I'm slashing them with. Maybe a sword? I thought maybe it was a whip, but it could be a sword. And then you get to the dock and you go on the ship. And again, you gotta fight more bad guys on the ship. And I like the way that water looks right there. It's pretty awesome. Fight more bad guys. Again, the flickering gets a little bit rough, but I don't know, that's just typical, I guess. Maybe if they use a different MMC chip, it'd probably look better. But I get the feeling a lot of these Chinese knockoff games are not using really the high-end chips. This one's called Jurassic Boy. It's obviously a Sonic the Hedgehog clone. It's not too bad. The movement feels a little bit slippery. But for what it is, it's not too bad of a game. Ah, look out for the spikes. Alright, this is a pretty well-known pirate game, Kart Fighter, which is essentially a fighting game with the Nintendo characters. I always pick Yoshi. And, well, in this case it's Yossi. Yossi versus Noko, I guess? And very obviously inspired by Mortal Kombat 3 here. I think. I could be wrong, but I mean, there are kind of Nintendo desert characters there in the background. And then here's Yossi versus... Hey, it's actually Luigi this time. It looks like we're fighting in Bowser's Castle, though. Ooh, he did like a Shoryuken there on me. Oh man, he got Yoshi. I mean Yossi. Dang you, Luigi. Alright, this one's called Magic Cube, and I thought it was a pretty decent puzzle game. Has quite a few options to it. It kind of reminds me a little bit of Columns, but with a cube. And not only do you have to match up the colors, but you have to match up the designs as well. There's that little guy there on the blocks. It has a neat little feature where the pieces split off, slide down like that. It's pretty cool. But once the piece breaks off, you can even move it around. Alright, this one's Mortal Kombat 5, also known as Ultimate Mortal Kombat. Has all your favorite characters there. I find the graphics here to be pretty dang bland, especially on the ground. I mean, it it almost looks like a black and white Game Boy game. And I'm not sure what that stuff is coming off of my... I wasn't sure if that was blood or like, you know, somebody throwing her purse around. I'm not sure if this stage is in the Genesis version or not, but I guess that would be a plus for this game, that it has this church stage. Or maybe it's the graveyard stage, it's not in the Genesis version? I don't remember. Either way, I'm pretty unimpressed with this version of Mortal Kombat. Definitely a lame game. Alright, this is Pikachu Tetris. And I'm not sure if this is a hack of another Tetris game or if it's a completely new game. This level select here makes me think that it's kind of a hack, but the way that the game plays is quite a bit different than what I'm used to with the other Tetris games. The movement is very slippery. Notice I can't quite get the stick positioned where I want it. So you have to be really, really careful. Also, the animations for when the lines disappear is pretty lame. It's kind of weird how the lines disappear. It doesn't quite look right. Okay, this is called Sea of Dreamland, and you play as a seahorse. You're just basically shooting fish. And you can, like, hammer down on top of them, too. It's kind of good for getting, like, the ground targets, like the crabs. But yeah, it's a pretty nice little game. Basic, but it's alright. Alright, here's Street Fighter 3, which, as you can probably tell, it's really Street Fighter 2. Has all the characters. Has a little travel animation, has the opening animation. I decided to play as Bison here because he's kind of overpowered and, you know, I needed to show as much footage of the game as I could. Chun-Li, she's no match for Bison. The backgrounds look really nice here. And the way they, that falling death animation is just about right. I really, really like the background of this one. So very detailed. And then here's the fighter jet. Looks so good. Somebody spent some time actually creating that background graphic. Now this background's a little bit kind of lame, but it's alright. I noticed that the floor is the same thing as on Ryu's stage. And this one's really good. I mean, it even has the elephants. I mean, sure, they don't animate, but it looks super nice. And as you can see, it even has the ending animation. Alright, this one's called Super Donkey Kong 2, which is very clearly Donkey Kong Country 2. The graphics are kind of monochrome in this one, so I wonder if it wasn't like the Game Boy game that they hacked into an NES ROM, maybe? Yeah, it plays pretty nice. I was having a little trouble climbing these ropes here. I couldn't quite get up on that mast. And then, of course, as soon as I do, I got attacked by that ant. Alright, this one's called Super Pang 2. Now, there should be two sets of balls there bouncing around, but the video capture doesn't quite capture the essence of the game. But you gotta shoot all the little balls with your spear, I guess. It's kind of weird. Background looks nice with the Great Wall of China there. Now, I got these power-ups, but I really wasn't sure what I was supposed to do with them. I guess I just got them automatically. And I died by an invisible ball. Okay, so this one's called Titanic, and you can play as either Rose or Jack. And I noticed Rose is just now leaving the car, so yeah, I'm sure she just had a good old time. But this one kind of reminds me a little bit of like Prince of Persia, where you had to climb up on the platforms and stuff like that. I like this stage here with the water shooting through the hull of the ship. And then there's the SOS flare going up. And now we're in the engine room. Look out for the steam. Get those hearts. Now, I wasn't trying to whistle here. I was actually trying to climb up that ladder. I couldn't quite figure it out. And then here, I thought you were supposed to climb underneath, but you have to go to the left. Climb up this ladder here. Yeah, it's a pretty decent game. I think you're just supposed to escape, but not sure if you have any enemies or not. Alright, this one's called Tomb Raider, but I'm not seeing a whole lot of tombs going on in this game. Seems more like a like an RPG, going around talking to people and stuff. I'm just kind of walking around the city here and looking at buildings. Okay, that's not what I would have thought I would get with a Tomb Raider game. Maybe that happens later in the game, I'm not sure. Alright, this one's called World Hero, and I think this is based on the same game as the Street Fighter 3 game. Probably uses the same engine. The graphics are not quite as good as in the Street Fighter game, but I like the way my character just kind of like stoically looks at the screen and then does this "wah" thing at the end there. Oh, I like how I disappeared and just flipped on the other side, and somehow I attacked him and got him. I don't know how that happened. Alright, I'm not sure what the name of this game is, but something Final. It's another fighting game. The controls are just kind of weird. It moves much stranger than either the Street Fighter or the even the Mortal Kombat games. It doesn't move as well. Ugh. Alright, this is pretty awesome. The Thunderbolt fighting plane. Somehow I think this is maybe a hack of Rekka, which is a pretty awesome game with a lot of sprites on the screen at once. And when you get these power-ups, sometimes it just explodes on the screen for no reason at all. I'm not hitting a button for that. Yeah, it's got a lot of different weapons and power-ups and stuff like that. A lot of sprites on the screen. Good backgrounds. I like this game. Alright, well there you go. There's some NES pirate games, I think mostly from China. If you know of any other pirate games you'd like me to cover, please let me know down in the comments. I thank you for watching, take care, and we'll see you again next time. Bye bye everybody.